Meta is spending about $14 billion in order to get a 49.6% stake in Scale AI. And this was just to be able to poach the CEO of Scale AI, that is Alexander Wang, in order to join Meta's super intelligence board. Also, Meta, we understand, has been going on an attempted poaching spree. They're trying to get OpenAI software developers by offering them $100 million in bonuses. Now, OpenAI CEO, on the left of your screen, there's Sam Altman. He made that revelation while on a podcast with his brother. Let's take a listen to that, where he pointed that out.
They started making these giant offers to a lot of people on our team. Like $100 million signing bonuses, more than that comp per year.
It's crazy.
And it is crazy. I'm really happy that at least so far, none of our best people have decided to take them up on that. I think that people sort of look at the two paths and say, all right, OpenAI's got a really good shot, a much better shot at actually delivering on super intelligence, and also may eventually be the more valuable company. But I think the strategy of a ton of upfront guaranteed comp, and that being the reason you tell someone to join, really the degree to which they're focusing on that and not the work and not the mission. I don't think that's going to set up a great culture. And I hope that we can be the best place in the world to do this kind of research. I think we built a really special culture for it. And I think that we're set up such that if we succeed at that, and a lot of people on our research team believe we will, or we have a good chance at it, then everybody will do great financially. And I think it's incentive aligned with mission first, and then economic rewards and everything else flowing from that. So I think that's good. There's many things I respect about Meta as a company, but I don't think they're a company that's great at innovation. And I think the special thing about OpenAI is we've managed to build a culture that is good at repeatable innovation. And I think we understand a lot of things that they don't about what it takes to succeed at that. But I don't know, it's been in some sense, I think it's been a clarifying thing for art.
Some shots fired there. He says, I don't think Meta is good at innovation. Let's get some thoughts. Nwoye is the founder of TechCircle. He joins us from London. It's good to see you. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for being part of the show. What's your, you're smiling already. What's your reaction to Meta's investing $14 billion in Scale AI just to poach their CEO?
I think you have to understand that at a particular scale, those numbers don't really matter. So again, we're looking at probably less than 10%, far less than 10% of Meta's cap. So again, when you look at the numbers in absolute terms, then it's irrelevant. But when you look at the factor in which it can bolster their stock or their future, then it makes a lot of sense. So I think Meta is probably 500 or 600 cap as it is. 1.75 trillion.
Yeah, well, right? I was going to say, exactly, over 1 trillion.
I just forgot, so 1.75 trillion. So 14 billion is less than 1%, right? So if it moves the needle by only 5%, then it pays itself by the factor of it being there. There are lots of ways companies add value to companies. So yes, so the number is irrelevant in the scale at which Meta operates. But again, you're thinking about betting on the future. I wouldn't bet against such a decision by Mark Zuckerberg. He has a history of making big bets. Without his big bet on Instagram, $1 billion, which was mental, as it were, or his big bet, so 26 billion on WhatsApp, then we would not be talking about Facebook today. It would have been relegated to the backdrop. So I don't think it's as big a bet as people think it is, but it's a sensible one. They have tried their various strategies. They went with open source. I like how they have said, open source is our way. Every other thing is closed source. But this one we are behind on. Open source is what we believe in. But it's a very, very sensible way to try to catch up. But they are not moving as fast as it were. So usually, I think if we look at cases of WhatsApp and look at Instagram, Those were founder-led. So Alexander Wang is a pioneer in AI. And AI, machine learning, data science, the data is the core. So Scale AI has been at the fore of this, helping them structure the data which has been used to train models. So they are a day one player. So it's only sensible that looking around, because the way, remember, if you look at all the companies that are in the space, they are all too expensive to be acquired, or the people in charge are very dominant personalities that I doubt would want to go and work for another founder. So you look at the market and this is what's available. I don't think if this is the best available in the market, but this is the next best thing.
Or what do you make of the $100 million offer in bonuses to try and poach? I mean, let's say it wasn't OpenAI. What if it was TechCircle? How would you feel if Zuckerberg was trying to poach your people at TechCircle with $100 million bonuses right behind your back? And I guess Altman's reaction.
I think if they're trying to poach my people for $100,000, I think
million, not thousand, million.
No, I'm saying $100,000.
Oh,
I'll be asking them, why are you still here? Right? I would deactivate their email addresses immediately, because it's like I don't want people that make bad decisions working for me. Yeah. So I would have to fire them. Yeah, but on a serious note, again, like I said, at the scale of Facebook, it's irrelevant. These people, when you're playing in the AI space, when you're playing in the AI space, then the scale, the impact, it's still a very, very early, would I say, discipline, that there are very few specialists that move the whole needle. So again, 100 million comp in a $1.7 trillion company, I'm sure most of it is in stock. Most of it will be earned out over a couple of years. Again, it's not a big deal. You know, we're looking at the numbers in absolute terms. We're looking at numbers in absolute terms, but we should always look at it as a factor of whatever it is. Now, of course, what do you expect Sam Altman to do? To come and cry? He's saying it. He's going for the crown. He wants to be more valuable than Meta in the future. So he's being ambitious. So he wouldn't go on his brother's podcast and go and lament. He's going there to try to turn the tide. This is a PR move by someone that is very, 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 very smart. So I do not expect him to say anything otherwise. But Meta, it says a lot. I think they got distracted by the metaverse. I would say so. They got distracted by the metaverse, and ironically, AI might lead them back to the metaverse. So that distraction means that they didn't invest early enough. So the Amode siblings that run Anthropic, for instance, they have gone ahead to do stuff. They could have afforded Anthropic early on, but they thought they had the skills internally. So now what can they do? They can do the next best thing, which is to catch up. And in the AI space, few people have a lot of leverage of knowledge. It's a new space, so the number of people that have 5 years experience in training LLMs, there will be a handful. So you have to pay. It's a demand and supply game. But again, at the end of it all, we're talking of minuscule percentage in the value of the Facebook stock.
I want to get your thoughts. I want to play a clip here. Sam Altman also, by the way, that podcast was his brother. He also said that OpenAI has the tech, if they wanted to, that's better. Well, sorry, let me rephrase. OpenAI has the technology to make more efficient self-driving cars than the current players in the space. You follow Elon Musk a lot. You know that Tesla is tentatively launching robo-taxis on Sunday. Waymo is also in this space. Let's listen to what Altman said about that on the podcast with respect to the technology for self-driving cars.
What about like moving physical things around?
Behind, but I think we'll get there. For example, I think we have some new technology that could just do self-driving for standard cars way better than any current approach has worked. And that might not be quite what you meant by like humanoid robots.
Yeah.
But if our AI techniques can like really go drive a car, that's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Humanoid robots are the dream, obviously. I really care about that. I think we will get there eventually. It's been like a hard mechanical engineering challenge.
That's more the issue?
No, both things are hard. But like even if we had the perfect brain right now, don't think we have the body yet. We actually very early on in OpenAI, we used to work on this robotic hand, and it was hard for all the wrong reasons. Like the thing just broke all the time. The simulator was like a little bit off.
Wow.
But we'll get there.
Yeah.
I think 5 to 10 years we'll have great humanoid robots.
All right. Oh, I want to come to Nigeria soon, right? Because I really want to talk to you about this pitch program, Pitch to Win, right? And because I want to dovetail into that. Because so by doing that, what does this say about? I want to get your thoughts on what he just said, and then also about the AI race and innovation in the whole in the West. What are your thoughts there?
So again, the thing I think we have seen from DeepSeek, I think the bigger question has always been: will innovation get distribution before distribution gets innovation? Again, we already know the history between Sam Altman and Elon Musk. And so, of course, he would want to say anything that would harm Tesla and say, hey, we have done this. At the scale at which people are operating these days, whatever knowledge they have, OpenAI has, everyone would have it in the next 6 months. So they're probably 6 months behind. So I don't think that they would ever get into self-driving cars. But it at least would give the competitors to Tesla technology that they can bet on. So again, it's good for competition. It's good for the customers, hopefully in the long run. But remember that this is a PR blitz. When you listen to corporates from America speak, you should realize that any word that comes out of their mouth from good morning or hello, it has been actually scripted. For them. So you wouldn't want to take a bet based on what he has said and say, hey, I'll dump my Tesla shares or I'll buy these shares or whatever it is. Just understand that it's a long game they're playing. But yes, I have to give kudos to OpenAI for pioneering a new space, and the competition has kept them on their toes. To be honest, I didn't think that it would be as formidable as they are after 3 years and going, and they're obviously on track, especially when they had this challenging transition, as it were.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. So look, so now we've talked about humanoid robots, self-driving cars, and all this other stuff going on, spending 100 million bonus to try and poach somebody, spending 14 billion to get a CEO. You're doing your pitch to win, I think it's in the 4th or 5th thing. We talked about this last time on the show, I think when you were in Abuja.
Yeah,
so when we talk about all these high level things, what are you looking for? What are you looking to? I think you're offering is it $10,000 or something for startup founders to pitch their ideas to you. So what are you looking for? What is possible here? What's going to get you excited to fund anything you hear about?
So pitch to win 5, the winner goes with $10,000, and if you multiply it, right, that's a lot of money, equity free. And I think the purpose of this annual competition, as we partner with SG Grow, a Japanese investor called Hiro Mashita. The purpose has been to get deal flow. The whole idea started out many years back. He was the first investor in Paystack and wanted to see more ideas out there. And over time, it has evolved as a way of us seeing the pipeline of new ideas. It's hard to know what people are building. A lot of people are building, and we normally mock them and say it's on local host, meaning they haven't launched it. They're using their laptops as servers. So the idea of this competition, it forces people to launch, because if you haven't launched, you will not qualify for the competition. So although only one person wins, the process is supposed to be helpful for people to launch and talk about their ideas. So what are we looking for? It's simple. We want to solve problems. I like to tell people that AI, technology, software, machine learning, anything you want to talk about, programming languages, they are all a means to an end. What problem are we solving? The literacy rates in Nigeria are pathetic. Now, can AI help you do translations in real time? Of course it can. So we don't care whether you're using AI or you're praying to your God. As long as you can improve literacy rates, we are very, very excited to see it and bring it out there, hopefully fund it or get other people that would fund it. If you're trying to reduce infant mortality or maternal mortality, we're very, very happy to see how you're going to solve it. Of course, you could use AI to track to track at scale very, very important medical would I say the number, the blood pressure, the status of the blood, the composition of the blood, and at scale, you want to identify people that are exposed to exposed to say preeclampsia, whatever it is. Yeah, at scale, you could use AI, you use whatever means. So for us, like I said, we have to focus on solving problems. We usually get excited and say fintech, XYZ. No, some companies allow people that are out of the banking sector to become included in the banking sector. Some companies make sure that we minimize the amount of fraud. For company make it important that we should keep the identity of people a bit. We want to be sure of the identity of people. There are lots of fakery, there's lots of forgery, lots of scams. So technology is just merely a means to an end. And this competition is to find people that have been able to use technology to solve the most pressing issues.
Oh, Nwoye, great stuff. It's always lovely having you on the show. You're always everywhere. Last time was Abuja, now you're in London. Who knows where we'll be talking to you next. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, Nwoye, founder of the TechCircle.